Okay.
So yeah, we're finally at the end of Amnesia Memories with Ukyo.
Woo!
It
Oh.
took me a whole week to go back through every single route
Mhm.
to get the happy ending so I can get Yukio's route.
Mhm.
Mind you, Yukio's route is basically the reason why this whole thing is happening. Every single route you've been on so far is directly correlated to Yukio's route.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense since he's the only one really constantly coming up to you.
Yeah. I mean, you start off the same. You start off in your bedroom, just chilling. Orion's there.
Mhm.
He's a little bit more of a nuisance than he was before, but he's here.
Yeah.
So you kind of wake up, and, well, Yukio's route was kind of boring the first, 40 minutes I was playing it, because you're just, disoriented, just kind of chilling out. Then you go to work. All four of the guys are working there this time around.
Oh, okay.
Like, the one time you go to work, the one time you do go to work, like the first time, is like when you're all having your monthly meeting and everybody's there on the monthly meeting day,
Mhm.
and you can kind of pass off your amnesia because you have to work outside and sweep the floor.
While they're having a meeting?
Um no, you have your meeting first and then afterwards that's what you do the whole day.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to admit that I did cheat for Yukio's route majority of the time. But
I
at the
mean,
same time, I cheated, but those were all still choices I probably would have picked.
probably.
I just didn't want to die, okay? I was tired of it.
Yeah, I understand. Once
At
you
this point
die
in
the first
time,
like 4 times, it gets old.
yeah, I was and then you're just sitting here thinking, 1,000 ways to die. There's so many dumb ways to die.
That song
Because
is very
essentially that's
fitting.
what Yukio's route is.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Yukio comes in because he's a guest. He's being all cryptic. He's being cryptic, but he's being nice.
Cryptic nice.
But then, he only has, two, crazy fits in this route until the end.
Okay.
Most of the route's just him, like, coming up to places where you're at and then being like, you can't hang out with me. We can't talk. We can't be friends.
Then why is he coming up to you? Why doesn't he just ghost you?
It's giving Edward Cullen. Cullen.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it.
And the funny thing is, because you're sitting here like, okay, so we met August 1st, right? And he's like, yeah, yeah, I think. Is this the timeline that we met August 1st? Is this the first time we met? Who knows? Don't know. Crazy, right?
Oh. Huh.
And then
Yeah.
you're sitting there looking confused. And Orion's like, good thing he talks to himself because we learn a whole bunch of information just from him talking to himself.
Thank goodness he's not. I mean, like, how else would we know?
How else would we know what's going on anywhere at any time? So, of course, you're just okay with him being weird. The funny thing
Hmm.
is, your manager in this route, he's also very weird. He
Okay.
keeps implying that he's killing people.
We love that.
Cause one time there's this moment where Rika comes. Oh, Rika's your best friend in this route.
What?
Yeah, you and Rika are besties, and Yukio is just as confused as you are.
Okay.
And he's like, I guess you guys are friends on this route. I guess there's a timeline where you guys don't hate each other.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's really weird.
And then you're also like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, because you don't know.
Yeah, you're just confused.
Yeah.
Because Rika comes into the cafe. She's making a big scene because you didn't call her or text her because there was like an accident near your house of like I think it was a train derailing.
Oh.
So she's making a big scene because you didn't call her or text her back. But of course, you have lost your memory, so you're not checking your phone that often, which is kind of weird. You would think you would check your phone more often when you don't have your memories, but
Yeah, well, in like one of the other routes, in a couple of the other routes, the first thing you did was open your phone. And then you only had the contact of your boyfriend, which was really weird. But
yeah.
in this route, I guess it's different.
Yeah, in this route, you have everybody's contact. And then Orion's like, it would have been better if you just had your boyfriend's contact.
Not Orion throwing shade after being like, "Oh, well, you only have your boyfriend?"
Right? And then also in this route, Ukyo, when he's at the cafe, he's like, hey, you see Shin and Toma over there? Don't take sides. It won't end well for you.
Don't take sides?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then immediately after that, Shin and Toma come up to you. Shin asks you if you want to go to a concert. And then Toma asks you if you want to go out to eat. But they
Uh,
all ask you on the same day, and then they ask you to choose who you want to go with.
do you have to choose, or can you be like, no thanks?
Well, the choices were I'll go to the concert and then I'll go out to eat, or I don't know what to decide. Of course, the correct answer is I don't know what to decide.
Yeah.
Because you can't choose between the two because, Toma's crazy.
Yeah, and saying, "Oh, I'll go to the concert, then I'll go out to eat," is basically choosing Shin over Toma, and then Toma's gonna be like, "I'll kill you." That, or I'll put you in
Basically.
a dog cage.
So then, Rika's also Rika's still captain of the Icky fan club.
Hmm?
Icky's your friend, and he still has his magical eyeballs. Cause why not? He always
Of
has the
course.
magic eyeballs,
Yes, why wouldn't he?
and he's still kind of into you because you have the magic eyeballs. But at the same time, he's like, you can be my first girlfriend.
No, thank you. We saw how that ended up.
Like you could be my first girl friend.
Oh!
Yeah, yeah. Because you keep
Oh.
rejecting him, so he's like, you can be my first girl friend.
Okay.
And of course, you're also in the Icky fan club too because you're doing it to support Rika.
Weird.
And of course, the newer members hate you because you don't love Icky, and Icky hangs out with you. And they're like, we don't believe in sharing, Icky.
That's the whole point of the fan club.
But Rika's protecting you from these crazy people, these crazy
For
bitches.
once.
Yeah. And Yukio's kind of like, oh, so this is stay close to Rika. Be Rika's bestie. Be as close as you possibly can with that woman
Okay, time traveler.
without being in love with her.
Save your love for me.
Kent is kind of just there. Like generally, Kent
Huh?
is always. Huh? Oh, I
What did
said
you
Kent
say?
is kind of just there.
Okay.
Kent is just always there though, but he doesn't have like. He's a green flag, so I mean, like Yukio has no reason to warn you about him.
He's a green flag outside of making you do math.
He literally has no warnings. He's just here like, oh, so is Kent still math obsessed?
Wow.
And I'm just here
That's
like,
it.
that's all you have to say about Kent. That's it.
That's it. That Okay. I mean, go Kent for not being toxic and dangerous.
Icky doesn't get anything evil said about him either, but his fan club is just you just have to correlate that with him.
Yeah.
So after you get over the fan club stuff, then Icky's chill. But yeah, so I can't remember all the places that this man has lived. This man said so Ukyo, he's from Japan,
Mm-hmm.
but he moved when he was little. He lived in the US, Alaska, because he didn't cut the US and Alaska as the same.
Okay.
3 states in like South America, some states in Europe, some countries in Europe. Um, I think Brazil and Puerto Rico were in there. It was a lot of states. He named like 9 states, and he was like, "I lived there for like 2 years. I lived this place 2 years. I lived this place 9 months. I lived this place 16 months." And I was like, "This is a lot, man."
Man just traveled the. He could have just said, I've lived all over.
And then he's like, "And I still don't know any of those languages." And I'm just here like, "How did you live?"
Yeah, I doubt each and every one of those places that you lived had people that regularly spoke whatever language it is you speak.
And then I'm just sitting here like, "You lived in America for 3 years and you didn't know any English and got by?"
I know he
I was
ran
like,
into
no,
hiccups.
no, they barely accommodate for Spanish.
They cause issues over Spanish. When I
Exactly.
when it just doesn't make sense to cause issues over Spanish.
And Spanish is the second language of the country.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that is what he said. And then he made some weird threat about like how he can't be near me. Mind you, he's talking to the manager right next to me as well.
The manager who alludes to being a murderer.
Yes, the manager doesn't say anything about this.
Manager's just like, okay.
But
Cool. Have fun.
but when Rika comes in, he's like, "Hey, Rika, let me take you to the back. Let's have a chat in the back. You're being a little too loud."
What?
And then I think
He's
it was
gonna kill Rika.
either Shin or Toma was like every time. Wait, no, it was Icky. Icky came up and was like, every time he asked a customer to go to the back, they never come back.
Oh, I didn't mean. Oh, apparently I was right. Okay. How nice.
And I'm just
Save
here like,
Rika!
is this man killing people in the back of the restaurant?
What kind of restaurant is it?
No, because
He turns
like
them into food. That's what he does. How to hide it.
there's a part where you go to the festival, and you go to the festival as like a work trip because they're trying to get you with Yukio, but Yukio doesn't want to be near you, so they
Yeah.
just invite him to the work trip. And this man is like, so they're like, "You want to play a shooting game?" And he's like, I can't handle my anxiety can't handle guns that don't have good aim."
Good aim?
Yeah.
Good aim? Wow. He's like, huh, I get so anxious when I'm not 100% certain I could kill somebody.
And I'm just sitting here like, is no one else concerned that this man is saying these things?
Like, nobody's just like, maybe I should call the police about those missing persons reports that have been going around because I know where the person was last.
And then like whenever he brings up like somebody stalking me, he's like, if there's anything you ever need, and if the guys will handle it right now, but if I have to get involved, then you don't want to know what happens. they'll be gone. They'll be gotten rid of.
How nice of him. How wonderful.
And I'm just sitting here like, this is concerning.
A true gentleman is what he is. That, yep.
And then I think it was Shin who said that there was a rumor going around that he used to be an assassin.
And okay.
And I'm just here like, how do you own a maid cafe and you have that kind of rumor going around about
A
you?
maid cafe? Okay. Okay.
Did I not mention that the workplace you work at is a maid cafe?
I don't remember. Man's over
It's a
here
maid slash butler cafe, but
a whole potential murderer, and he's like, make sure you look cute.
yeah, pretty much.
Ignore the screaming coming from the back. Just keep that cute little smile.
It's
Oh
very
my god.
concerning. Oh, yeah. Also, the way that they get you off of work is that the maid cafe floods.
Oh.
Yeah. And this man managed to get all the water out, change out the flooring, change out the furniture, put up new upholstering, redo the whole cafe within a day.
On his own?
All by himself,
On his
may I add.
Oh my gosh. Ain't no way. And maybe he's not human. Just maybe.
I don't know.
My
It's
bet is he's like a
concerning to me.
vampire or something.
Hold on, give me a moment. I'm back.
Welcome back.
But what was I saying?
Maid cafe flooded. The dude fixed
Oh
everything in
yeah,
a day.
he rebuilt the whole cafe by himself, apparently. I totally don't believe it.
I do not either.
But of course, also on your days off, you end up finding Ukyo sleeping in the park.
Oh,
So you kind of wake him up on accident, and then he starts trying to choke you.
for waking him up?
He's got the crazed look in his eyes at the moment, and he starts
I
trying to
mean,
choke you out.
did you like
And then he gets
scare him?
control of himself. And then he gets control of himself, and he's like, oh my God, what have I done?"
Oh.
He's got that Jekyll and Hyde thing going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So then he's like, I sleep out in the park because I can harm people when I sleep at home. I'm dangerous when I sleep at home.
Who is with him at home?
No one.
Then how could he harm people if he sleeps at home? Does he mean himself?
I don't know. He says he's a danger when he's alone, so he sleeps outside in the parks and in public places because there's people around.
That makes no sense, but okay.
And he's
Like,
less likely to harm people because of the people being around.
I would assume that people being around means that he would have the ability to harm people. Not that being alone in your house with nobody around gives you the ability to harm people
I don't know, his logic is flawed.
in your
He's
sleep.
not American. He's American. Not really. He's not
Okay,
really
okay,
American,
yeah.
but
He lived
we're
here
giving
long
him that
enough to
American logic.
realize.
His logic is on par with Americans, okay?
It, yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah. He lived here long enough to adopt that.
Yeah, so that was his explanation. You're just sitting here like, okay,
So
alrighty then.
that's why you almost killed me, bud?
But then also, like, at the festival, he comes along, but he tells you, he's like, I shouldn't be here. you shouldn't be anywhere near me. But then you're like, hey, why don't we walk around together since everybody else split off? Because he was trying to split everybody off anyways. Because he was like, I'm assessing all the dangers here. Shin's a danger. Toma's a danger. Mine's a danger. Sawa's a danger. Ikki's a danger. Kent's
Kent's
never a
cool.
danger. Ken is
Yeah.
here.
He's like, you
So,
go, you go, you go, you're cool. You go.
so you end up walking around with Ukyo, and he's like, and you're like walking like 10 feet apart,
Uh-huh.
because he's like, you can't be anywhere near me. You can't be in arm's reach of me, and you're like, I can still talk to you, right? If I'm just not near you. And he's like, well, that works.
It's like what's that one movie where they have to keep? I know it's nothing like that. But the movie where it's like a love story, but they're both
Oh, six
sick
feet
with the
apart or
same.
something like that, where they had cancer.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
it's
know why I
cancer.
thought of that. I don't know why I thought of that when you said they stay 10 feet apart, but they can still talk and walk together. I'm terrible. Anyway,
I mean, that was when all the cancer love story movies came out,
yeah, it
or I'm
really
dying
was.
love story movies.
Yeah.
We love teenagers dying, but being in love.
Ah, yes. The everyday teenager is. You know what? It's fitting, surprisingly.
So then, like, it's time to go home, and Waka's like, hey, it's getting late. Y'all should go home. Y'all should pair up on who gets to go home with who.
Okay.
Because this man is plotting. This
Yeah.
man, he's besties with Yukio at the moment. Every time Yukio comes in, he's like chatting the man up. And he has looked through Yukio's like, oh, Yukio's a photographer, by the way.
A photographer?
Yeah, this is why he has all this time on his hands to do, you know, stalking.
I mean, depending on what he's doing while he's stalking, technically he's working.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a photographer. So that's why he he basically can get away with stalking and it not seem weird,
Yeah. That's how he can get away
and
with
why he's
having
at
so
the
much time
cafe
on his
every
hands.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he comes to the cafe like every day.
Aww, everybody loves a good stalker.
So like beforehand, he was showing Walker the pictures on his compute, not his computer but camera, and of course there's a picture of me, and he's like, oh, so this is why you come here every day, huh?
Ooh.
And he's like, oh no, we can never be together. That's never that's never going to happen. And he's like, oh, does she have your consent to have this picture? And he's like, not really, but I would never take a bad picture of her.
He's over here like, consent doesn't matter if it's a good picture, dude. Chill.
And then he's like, and then Waka's like, you should ask her out. I know she's single. And then you're like, no, we can never be together. I'm a danger to her.
If you're that much of
And
a
just,
danger,
no.
a risk.
Yeah, he just has no reaction to that. And he's just like, you're like, oh, you should try.
Why is Walker trying to play matchmaker?
I don't know.
Also,
I guess he loves the man.
his name makes me think of the Muppets because of the bear. I forget his name.
Oh gosh. I don't
Does
know
it
what
he
his
go
name was.
Waka Waka?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, so he does a little contest. Mind you, like it's August, but it's like wintertime August almost.
What?
Like it's super cold.
Like close, like end of August?
No, like beginning of August.
Why the hell is it cold in August?
That get explained with the whole reason why Ukyo is like the reason why everything is happening.
Oh, okay. I was about to. You were like the winter part of August? And as
Yeah,
someone with an
yeah.
August birthday, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, every year, I don't see snow.
Yeah. I've never questioned it being winter in August, but it was winter in August throughout all the routes.
It's like, what?
Yeah. This is explained at the end if you
Oh,
get the good ending. That's also why I cheated because I was like, I'm going to get an explanation on everything if I get the good ending.
yeah.
If I don't get the good ending, I just won't get an explanation, and then half of my memory is going to be missing because I remember what's going on, but at the same time, I'm so confused on what's going on.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so he has like this game set up where like depending on who wins, like eating all the shaved ice the fastest gets to pick who's taking which girl home. So yeah, boy Kit came in fourth place. Yeah, Kit was a loser of this.
uh,
Kent was a loser. He had matcha. He had matcha
how?
shaved ice. He dropped his spoon and then he was like, I dropped my spoon, so and I'm not going to ask another one because I've already lost.
Dang, man, just forfeit.
Toma was fourth place. I mean third place.
Third.
Yeah. Toma was third place because he got lemon flavored. And he was like, I thought it was supposed to be sweet. And then Mina was like, yeah, no. The people at the
What?
stand told us they pride themselves on using natural ingredients, so they used actual lemon in yours.
Oh, that sounds amazing, though. Oh, now I want lemon shaved ice.
And then Shen got second place with melon flavored.
Why do the
And
flavors matter?
it doesn't matter, I just remembered them.
Oh, my bad, G. Sorry.
The only one that actually mattered was like Toma's because he he well, I guess it does kind of matter.
Because it associates with why they lost.
I mean, like I was also saying that it kind of does matter because just like colors alignment, if you switch
I see it
around
now. Yeah.
if you switch around Yukio and Shin, then it would be perfect because Yukio won, but he had strawberry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, color alignment also works to with it too. So if Shin had gotten the one that was, if he had gotten strawberry, he would have won because
Oh.
his color's red and strawberry.
Okay. Yeah.
This is me, tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist.
That it's like that meme with the giant map on the wall and a bunch of crazy red lines.
I'm connecting dots that aren't connected, but now they
It's
are.
it's just a bunch of random pictures of shaved ice and different characters.
Yeah. So, of course, Yukio takes you home. And then he like basically he tells you I shouldn't be taking you home, but I was the only option that was the best out of all of them.
But he
And
said
you're
Kent wasn't a threat.
just
If
I
Kent's
don't.
fine, let him take. Okay.
But at the same time, he also wanted to take you home too.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then he tells you he loves you.
What?
And then you're just sitting here like, well, oh, okay. Who are you?
Yeah. Thanks for the love bomb, dude. After stalking me and then telling me all these people are dangerous except including you, except for Kent. Now you're like, I love you.
Mind you, he also saves your life from a potted plant falling. You almost get hit by a train.
Choo
You
choo.
go to a temple one day, you find him sleeping at the temple, and then you wake him up again because, you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
How did you not learn? Yep. Okay.
Luckily, he doesn't get crazy on you. And he tells you the same thing. He's like, "Luckily I didn't get crazy on you and try to kill you."
Yes, the very endearing act of not trying to kill your lover or whatever.
So then you go to the well, you almost fall down the well and die until he saves you.
Okay.
And then he's like, two is a coincidence, three is a pattern. Pattern. Pattern?
Pattern. Pattern.
Yeah. And then he's like, this world is trying to kill you.
This world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, man's like the universe is against your existence.
Yeah. So, that also correlates with the, train crash, your workplace flooding.
Yep. The potted plant.
Yep. You almost falling down a well.
Yep.
Um,
Which, how do you almost fall down a well? Did you not see it? Or did you trip?
you were looking down the well for some reason. You're just dumb, okay?
You thought you were Snow White.
Yeah. Pretty much you're just dumb, and then Orion's here like, "Oh no." I mean, he can't do crap, but whatever.
Orion's over here like, why did I get stuck with a dumb. I was gonna say.
Bas- Basically. So yeah, he's trying to Yukio's trying to keep you from dying, and he's like, "I'm going to warn you about every instance where you may die just so you don't die. But by the way, you should stay away from me."
Boing.
It makes no
Okay.
sense, I know. I know.
It really doesn't.
I'll be the first person to tell you this makes no sense. Yes. So, I mean, this goes on for 25 days because you only go up to the 25th day. And
Okay.
then you're like, I need to see Yuki. The day before the 25th day, Yuki is like, this is going to be the last time you see me. Don't talk to me on the 25th. Don't try to find me. Just, you know, stay the hell away from me.
Oh, he's a werewolf. It's the full moon.
So then, by the way, you have been having memories come back like every once in a while of like a fire, you being in the hospital, Yukio crying,
Oh. Wait, why
random
am I saying
random
all? I take that back.
So then all your memories come back, and you realize, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you some parts about Yukio's backstory. This is why I need to be organized.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Yukio used to live in Kobe, and that's when
Obi-Wan
he
Kenobi? Sorry.
yeah,
Bad joke.
he used to live in Kobe. He's like 20 years old. You were freshly out of high school, 18.
Ugh.
Not that he knew.
Yeah.
And then you guys met you meet each other in March when you're on a trip to Kobe, and then you meet back up again in what you believe was August 1st. So
Yeah.
there's all these memories in your head, and where he keeps, oh yeah, that last day he takes you like to a bunch of random places and starts talking about things that you don't believe ever happened. He was like, "This is where we held hands for the first time. This is the hill where we ran up and I hit my face and you had to take me to the hospital.
Oh.
This is where I confessed my love for you." And he's just
How
like, "Thanks for going down
sweet.
thanks for going down memory lane with me. I'm glad you got to live." But to
Wow.
paraphrase, that's basically what he said. So of course on the 25th you're just like, why did he do all this? Then
Oh.
bam, all your memories come back.
Oh. Okay. Bye bye, Orion.
Orion's still here.
But all your memories came back.
That's the kicker. Your
Oh.
memories aren't from this world.
What?
Yeah. your memories aren't from this world. So you think.
Oh no.
So, in that timeline, you meet him and Kobe in March, but then you guys meet back up July 1st
July 1st?
at the school. Yeah, you meet back up July 1st at the school, and then
Okay.
by the end of July you're already a couple with Yukio.
Okay.
So then at that same timeline, in that timeline, he breaks your mirror because he tries to stop you from falling on your phone, which stupid on his part, but whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a gentleman, I guess. But he breaks your mirror. So then like August 1st comes around. Oh yeah, I did forget that he did come over to your house to stay the night.
Okay.
Yukio does stay the night at your house. I think that it was the day he took you home because you're like, you should stay over. And then he pulls out some handcuffs and chains himself to the bed. Said
He
he
is a
can't do
werewolf.
anything because he mentions the broken mirror then, and he's like, I need to be chained up so I can't do anything.
Man took that bad luck real seriously.
But he's not doing. He's not. It's not in the creepy way like Toma. It's more of I'm going to kill you cutaway.
Homa did want to. Yeah, okay. I see where you're coming from, though. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean like Toma was willing to ugh.
Yeah.
Yukio would never.
Yeah.
Yukio will sit. Yukio has been sitting here telling you that you're the love of his life, and you're just here like, how am I the love of your life?
Mm.
But whatever. You're the love of his life. You have no context to that, but until like the last day, you also take off his handcuffs, and you're like, hey, I don't mind you not being handcuffed. And he's like, I'm a threat to you. You should not be unhandcuffing me. And you're like, I trust you.
If a man tells you, and you have physically seen, that he will hurt you, why would you ever go against what he's saying?
Oh, Ryan didn't agree with this either, okay?
Yep. At least he's thinking clearly in this case.
Oh, Ryan had the clearest thoughts ever in this. He's just here like, this man is shady. But
But
you're over
he
here
couldn't
like, I
have.
want to see Yukio.
But he couldn't have those clear thoughts with Toma.
I guess not. I mean, at least Toma wasn't out here immediately threatening to kill you every 5 minutes.
True. True.
But Yukio also said Yukio knows he's crazy. Toma doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the difference with them. So,
True.
of course, you have that whirlwind romance. And then you come to find out August 1st, you went to the school building, and then there was an explosion that happened in the school, which started a fire. You didn't get out in time. So you were in the hospital up until the 25th, where you died
What?
in that timeline. Yeah.
Okay.
So not Toma, but Yukio, he's like grieving you for your 1 month relationship. Couldn't be
One
me.
month,
I
literally.
mean, it could not be me talking about this person is the love of my life after having a 1 month relationship, but go Yukio.
That's some intense loyalty there.
Yeah. So Yukio's crying, and he's just like, he makes this wish. It all comes back to a wish. He
Of
wishes
course.
that he could you could live, and that he could see that you live. and have a happy life.
Oh.
So here comes the big convoluted plot line to this whole game. So I told
Okay.
you Orion has a master, right?
Yes.
He has a boss. So his boss, Lord Nil, hears Yukio's cries and his wish, and he wants to make Yukio's wish come true.
Aw.
So he kind of fuses with Yukio, making Yukio half immortal, and takes Yukio to different worlds where he can find a world where you and him could be together. Or at least
Huh.
for you to see, for him to see you live on.
Okay.
Which brings us to the different dimensions in each storyline that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that gives you the different dimensions each storyline you have, like where you're dating the other guys. Those are the parallel dimensions next door to the origin of worlds is what they said. So your original world.
Okay.
So he's been jumping through worlds to see you, but he keeps seeing you die.
Dang.
So then he starts dying for you.
Uh,
And it always has to happen before the 25th or either on the 25th.
uh,
And so what happens is either you die or he dies. And he started getting scared of dying because the thing is, you don't remember every time you die, but Yukio remembers every single time he dies
yeah.
and comes back. That is what brings out crazy Yukio, his insane side.
Oh, okay.
So basically, that side is more of like a defense mechanism
It's
from,
literally a trauma response.
yeah, from dying so many times. And he's not even like dying just like regular deaths. It's more like it's like brutal deaths, brutal and violent deaths.
Ugh.
Yeah, like the time when he fell off the building.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
yeah, that was in Kent's Road, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, where he fell off the building. Yeah, that was like one of the times he had to die because you lived.
Jeez.
So, of course, that's going on. So the last day, once you get your memories back, you're like, I need to talk to Yukio for the last time. I need to just see him. And this is where I was like texting you, I could never do this. I can never be
Yeah.
this person. Because Yukio tells you you can't leave the house on the 25th because the whole world is trying to kill you. Essentially, to this world, you're like a virus, and the world is just trying to get rid of you. So the world is going to do everything in its power to kill you,
Uh huh.
especially on the 25th.
Okay.
So, against Orion's, better judgment, I mean, he can't do anything. You leave, start running at the house. You almost get hit by a car,
Jeez.
for starters. And
Yeah.
then you almost get hit by a train.
Oh my gosh.
Then you get a text, presumably by from Sawa, but I mean it's like late at night, like 11 o'clock at night,
Mm.
and you're like, this is weird, and it's telling you to go to the shrine because they saw Yukio at the shrine. You go to the shrine. Our favorite Icky fangirls are there.
Oh, how wonderful. They're
They're
always
there with
so
scissors.
sweet.
They're with scissors. They said they're going to cut your hair, but then you start talking about how, oh my god, wouldn't it be so sad Wouldn't it be so sad if you cut my hair, if you hurt me, and you just like made Icky sad? And of course that upsets them, you know, because they're
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why would you try to reason with crazy people? Don't know. Not my problem.
Just let them cut your hair and go about your day.
Yeah, so instead they lock her in the shrine and start shooting fireworks into the shrine because she pissed them off.
Jeez.
And they're like, run now. Where are you gonna run now? And of course,
Nowhere.
that sets the shrine on fire.
Oh.
So you're in there, they start freaking out, and they leave you. Because the shrine is locked as well. They lock the door to the shrine.
Oh my gosh.
You don't die. You get out because Yukio saves you.
Yay, Yuki. Oh, Yukio.
Because Yukio is like, oh, he sent them that message knowing that I wouldn't be able to knowing that they would try to kill you, implying that other Yukio sent that message to them to tell them to find you there
Yeah.
to kill you.
Yeah.
So then of course you and Yukio run, but then it starts raining. Like you're like drenched. So you're about to like so you're trying to get inside because you're like about to freeze to death now.
Uh-huh.
So then you go to the subway and then the subway starts flooding.
Why would you? Yeah. I was about to say, why, of all places, would you go to the subway? One, it's colder. Two, it's underground when it's raining and the world is trying to kill you.
Yeah. So then you guys leave the subway and you're running out in the rain again because you're trying to find somewhere warm. You almost fall in a pothole because they lift the manhole cover.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so then you're like, why do you know all this stuff, Yukio? And Yukio's like, I've seen you die 1,000 times. I just know which things are trying to kill you at the moment. So you just need to listen up and run.
Yeah, why couldn't you just listen to him? Jeez.
I told you to stay inside. I told you the world was trying to kill you. And then they start hearing lightning.
Of course.
And he's like, oh shit, we can't run from lightning. We need to go.
Mm-hmm.
So then you guys go back to the school and you end up in the very same classroom that you died in the first time.
Oh.
And that's where he's like, he tells you, like, you ask him, hey, Ukyo, do you die if I live? And Yukio's like, yeah, after some hesitation. And then, he goes kind of insane again and tries to choke you.
Uh-huh.
And then Orion is like, oh. Because, Yukio starts talking about Nil. And then Ozzy goes on his tangent about how you need to die so he doesn't have to die. And he's tired of dying. He calls you a bitch a few times. Yeah, Evil Him calls you a bitch, and then Yukio's just fighting himself. His left arm is fighting his right arm that's trying to choke you out.
Jeez.
It's
How
kind of
small
funny
is
when
her
it.
neck?
It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's not funny.
Yeah. Because you just think of those kid shows where they have like the sock puppets that fight each other.
Yeah, but Yukio's just like, don't kill her. And then the other Yukio's like, I'm tired of dying. Because this is your last chance. Because Yukio says that Nil is too weak to keep doing this. He can't take you to any more worlds. Because this is the only world where you and Yukio can exist together.
And the world is trying to kill you.
Because in the other worlds, Yukio doesn't exist.
Oh.
which is why it's trying so hard to kill either you or Ukyo.
Yeah.
But this is the world. So he took you. So Nil took Ukyo back to the original world and just turned back time because he can't bring you back from the dead.
Oh, the dumbass.
So he turned back time all the way back to July. But Ukyo didn't want to meet you because he was like scared he was going to kill you.
Okay.
So he does end up meeting you August 1st because he comes back and he's like trying to make sure you didn't die from like the incident
Yeah.
without him being there.
Okay.
So now Nil is like on his last leg of power left because these gods get their power from granting wishes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Orion clocks that Nil is inside of Yukio.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, if Nil doesn't like get out of Yukio, Nil is going to become a mortal.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So then you run. You're like running around the school. Orion disappears. He disappears as he's telling you like you need to live until midnight in order to. Orion disappears.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah, it's great. So of course you're running around the school trying to get away from Yukio following you like a serial killer.
Yeah.
And then one of the windows um I think one of the windows breaks and almost kills you because at this point it's like
Yeah.
you got 30 minutes to live. Just got to make it for another 30 minutes and you end up running back to the classroom. But lo and behold, Yukio's already there.
Oh.
And
Uh-oh.
Yukio's like, "You want to know how I knew you would come here? Because fate. You were supposed to die here. So, of course, I just had to come back here and wait." And we're
That's
talking
it.
about this man pulls out a knife and he's like, "This room is so convenient
How?
because the knife was in the room."
Oh.
I don't know what science room has just like a random knife just hanging around in there, but okay.
Yeah, me neither. But, whatever works.
So then, right as he's about to stab you and kill you, you're like, "I love you. I still love you. I remember our time together." And of course, then Yukio stabs himself. And as he's dying, he's like, "I got to see you live past the 25th. My wish has been granted." And then he dies.
Oh, how nice.
So then like, the day kind of ends, but at the same time, it doesn't end because then Orion shows up and you're like in the netherworld again. And they're like, "Oh, so to explain this, I was drawn to you because Nil, my boss, was looking for you. That's how I end up being absorbed into your head and you losing all your memories."
Huh.
And then all the cold weather, that was happening because Nil was inside of Yukio.
Huh.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
And then like Orion gives you like this super long, super like boring as like, "Hey, so Yukio's like been a terrible person. He's committed a lot of crimes. He killed you like a million times. But he got his wish. His wish was granted. Do you want to like, take him back home with you?
What?
Do you want to forgive him?" And the only right answer is, "Yeah, I forgive him."
Yeah.
And then Yukio's like, "No. I need to die. Let me die. I feel too much guilt for killing you 50 million times. I am a terrible person. Just let me die. That is the only way I can atone for how many times I have killed you, the love of my life. Obviously, I was not the love of your life if you went crazy and decided to keep trying to kill me, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So then Lord Nil comes out and he's like, "Oh, you got a good one there. I see why you wanted to travel universe to universe to save her life." And you're just kind of there. You're just kind of here like, okay.
Like, awesome. You guys are talking about me. So cool.
You're the reason I'm in this bullshit right now, but whatever.
Because you decided, hey, let me grant some rando's wish.
Mind you, he wanted to grant Ukyo's wish because he was curious about humans and his powers was already draining.
Oh my gosh.
And Ukyo had the strongest wish out here. Like, why couldn't he grant some regular nobody's wish?
Exactly.
Of course, you basically guilt trip Ukyo into like living. You and Orion tag team this man into guilt tripping him into living because Orion's like, you need to protect her, you need to keep her safe. This is your fault. You killed her, you need to make up for it, atone.
Dang.
And then you also don't give him a choice on whether he wants to die or not.
Oh, so you're just like, I want you to live, so you're living. I mean, that's what he
Basically.
did too.
I mean, but at least you wanted to see him one last time before you died.
Yeah.
He straight up told you to your face, let me die. And you
Yeah.
said,
Yeah. Yeah.
so then you're forced to go off into the world again together. And then as time skips to a few weeks later, you and him are going on a cute little date. So fun. And when you go on your, oh yeah, Orion and Nil has to get punished by the gods for interfering in human lives.
Dang.
So while you're out on your date, um, you hear a familiar voice
Oh no.
of a laughing child and another kid.
Orion?
And then yeah, and and then Yukio's like, "Oh, so this was their punishment. I guess Nil got his wish after all."
Oh, because Neil wanted to be. Like, he wanted to understand humans.
Yeah, so their punishment was to be turned into humans.
So Neil just got what he wanted. How is that a punishment? Okay.
I guess he doesn't get to be an immortal god, so
Fair. Fair. But he was dying anyways.
the only problem I really have with it was Orion didn't have a choice.
Yeah, Orion was it was literally an accident that was forced by his boss's deal.
Exactly, like Orion is innocent in this, but he got turned into a human too.
Man was just chilling and actually trying to help figure out, like, what the hell happened.
Yeah, so yeah, Yukio also just remembers all this bullshit too, because he's the one that remembers that they get punished, and he's like, "It's nothing, it's fine, let's just go," and that's how the story ends.
Man needs a lot of therapy after that, let me tell you.
Any questions on Amnesia memories?
Just one. What the fuck?
I don't know.
It's so difficult to wrap my head around. Like, it's not that difficult to wrap my head around, because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they at least explain it. But at the same point in time, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah. Reading that whole thing, and then coming back to around to be like, so everything happened here because Yukio made a wish for you not to die.
Everything happened because Ukyo couldn't let you go.
from a 1-month relationship.
A 1 month relationship and only 2 months of knowing each other.
And to be honest, that relationship wasn't even a month. Well, Ukyo has known you longer than you've known him.
So he was a stalker to begin with.
No, he knows you longer because he's been traveling through worlds.
Oh, that's what you meant. My bad.
Yeah. But he also tells you that he's like been watching you every time you travel through worlds.
What's that one song? Every step you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you.
Yeah, he's just watching you. He's like, I've watched you get upset. I watched you smile. I've watched you be happy with other people, but you always end up dying. And it's just like it's so awkward because you're like, how many worlds have you been to?
Yeah, how many times have you just seen this and not given up?
Like you've been around enough times to point out like 9 deaths.
Mm-hmm.
So that's around 9 months worth of death.
Back to back.
Like
Nobody
my
would be
man.
sane after that.
Yeah. Plus, it's just that means 9 months of stalking too.
True.
And I'm just sitting here like nobody has asked any questions. None. Nobody questioned what happened that
Apparently.
night. Why are you dating the little stalker dude?
Mm.
Oh yeah. The reason you did get your memories back was because Waka sent you of a picture that Yukio took with you in a magazine.
In a magazine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So basically, he profited off your photo without your consent.
Dang.
Yeah, your photo was in a magazine, Waka sent it to you, and that's how you got all your memories back.
Waka's over here like, girl, go get your money. Sue him. And you're over here
Go
like,
get your
oh,
man. Waka was really over here supporting a relationship that was built on stalking.
he really was. He was like, this dude's crazy, just like me. He's the one.
He's got something special. That special is threatening people's lives.
Literally.
But yeah. And that's also the only time we ever see Nil with his one line.
His one line.
And reading the happy endings kind of made me sad every time that Orion left.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you do the happy endings, he gets to say goodbye to you, and he's always like, "You're not gonna remember me, but I'm always going to remember you," and I'm just pray that you have a happy life after this. And it's just like, this is kind of sad.
It
You're
is.
annoying, but at the same time, thanks,
Like,
dude.
you're a brat and I don't want you here, but like, please don't go.
The funny thing about Yukio's route is that Orion's like telling you to get away from that man from like day one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that man didn't even want you. Orion didn't want you going out on that last day. He kept trying to tell you to turn around.
At least he has some common sense.
Orion was like, "You should not be out here. Yukio told us to stay inside." Only until you get to the shrine where he's like, "Okay, obviously you're not going to listen to me. So, I mean, just tell him, say your goodbyes, and then let's go."
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, that's when the fan club shows up. So yeah, Orion was the most useful person in this whole storyline.
Which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, Mine did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Rika was just a great friend.
Really?
Yeah, Rika was a pretty decent friend. She tried her best.
Oh.
She would warn you about those crazy bitches every single time.
Well, that's good.
She was like, stay by me, stay by my side. Like when Icky asked you out, he asked you to see the fireworks. She was like, bestie, it's fine. I'm going to the beach with him tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Have your fun. Icky asked you out in front of Ukyo because Waka's like, hey, y'all should go to the fireworks show together. And Yukio's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, I can't go to the fireworks show with her. We can't be alone together. And then Icky comes up and he's like, okay, well then, if you're not going with him, you want to go with me? Catch you at
Mm-hmm.
8 o'clock. And Yukio's like, I don't even care. You should go with him.
Aw, he was jealous.
Just go.
Mm-hmm.
So of course you end up not going anyways. You even ask Yukio about it, and he's like, no matter what you do, the fan club's gonna hate you. So just
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't go. You just make up some story about being sick. And then Rika goes to the beach with Yukia. I mean, not Yukia, but Iki.
Aw.
Which, what the heck are they doing at the beach?
Wait, yeah, they were supposed to go to fireworks.
No, because the winter time.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are y'all gonna do at the beach?
There's nothing
Stare at
to
the
do.
snow on the beach? But, I mean, like, that's everybody. Not mine.
Mm-hmm.
Toma barely ever shows up again. I mean, except to be like, I'm cold. I hate life. Rah,
Boo-hoo.
rah, rah. You know, Toma being, I mean, not Shin being Shin. Oh,
Um,
Toma does almost go crazy.
really?
Yes. Because you come into work with a giant red stain on your back.
From what?
Who do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, the fan club.
Yeah.
So Toma's like, who did this to you? What's going on? What happened here? Why is there a stain on you? Of course, you're over here like, I guess it was a prank or something. Because the other choice was it was Icky's fan club.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Toma will go berserk.
Yeah.
It's murdering time. Yeah. So you follow Yukio's advice and be like, oh, it's just a prank. And he's still like, are you sure? Are you sure it's just a prank? Prank? You'll tell me if something like this ever happens again, won't you?
Mm. No.
And you just have to stand there and be quiet and just wait for Toma's like face to change back to normal and stop looking like he has like bags from like not sleeping for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to wait until he doesn't look like he's about to like, stab you.
Mm-hmm. Or put you in a dog cage.
Lovely, lovely Toma.
We hate him.
Ironically, the next story is going to start off with you in a cage.
Oh, how great.
Yeah, at least you get out that cage.
Yay. What is
Yeah.
with these stories in cages?
I don't know.
I don't get
But
it.
this time you're in a human sized bird cage. If that makes it better.
It doesn't. But okay. I will mentally
It's human.
prepare. It's
No, you're only in there for like the prologue.
oh, okay. Okay, that's
And then you have to deal with whatever weird fetish these millionaires have.
oh no, not rich people.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well,
Just
that'll
by the bad
be.
and bitter is you dealing with rich people.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
Well, you are not rich.
I'm not,
I mean, like, I read the
but yeah,
story and I just had to sit here and be like, is this a rich people thing? Am I just too poor for this?
everything's a rich people thing.
I'm like, I should be able to understand at least a little bit as middle class, but this is even going over my head.
Oh wow. So it's like rich, rich.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's pretty old too because they're like, this is the first casino hotel ever in Japan.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about a casino hotel owner with a hotel chain, by the way. And like, he's so rich that at one point he does tell you to just throw a dart at a place on the world and he'll build a hotel there.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's one. The second one is an artist who's just rich. He's
Mhm.
just a rich artist. He's blonde too.
Mhm.
Then you have the mafia member,
Of course.
the thief,
Of
and then the
course.
detective.
That's
And
an
then you also have the
interesting
dude who lives in
crew.
the basement.
Oh, yep. Okay.
The dude who lives in the basement doesn't come out the basement, so he's not technically a part of the crew
Mhm.
because he lives in the basement. But yeah, we love a basement dweller.
We do. We love a good leech.
I'm pretty sure I blocked out the basement dweller storyline in my head because I was like, what is wrong with you?
No.
Yeah, yeah, it's just, guess that's the end of the recording for today.
Pookie pookie.